My name is David Wilkerson, and this is Surplus Funds 101. In today's State Funds tutorial, I'm going to be sharing with you guys some virtual assistant hiring mistakes. Okay, I have a few virtual assistants right now that help me out, and my gosh, it has been a blessing. The weight that has been lifted off my shoulders has been great, but throughout that process of hiring virtual assistants, I've fired a few of them and I've learned a few things. And now that I have a coaching program and other people are starting to do the exact same thing, I'm starting to see some of the problems that they're having as well. And so I'm going to share with you guys some of the things that I did that really helped the performance of my virtual assistants. Also, really helped me save some time from not hiring the wrong ones. But before I get into that, I just want to say thanks to all the people out there that like my videos, subscribe to the channel, or just been a long-term supporter. I really appreciate it. Now, for all you guys that are brand new, or even seasoned veterans, if you guys are making your phone calls every single day and you guys are struggling a little bit with what to say, when to say, what to say, or whatever it might be, I have a solution for you. There's a link in the descriptions for my free state funds calling script. Okay, this is the exact same thing that my virtual assistants and I use. We've called tens of thousands of people with it. And it's specifically designed to give you altitude in the conversation. Kind of the same aura effect that a doctor has when you walk into the office and they say, do this, I'm prescribing you this, take this, take this. You don't argue, you just say yes. That is what I built this script around, is just so you guys can get that yes even quicker. So there's a link in the description. Go grab it right now if you haven't already, and that'll really help you out. But with that being said, let's get right into the content. So the very first problem that I see that people have when it comes to virtual assistants and hiring them, very first thing is they hire the very first person that they interview. Okay, they go out and they get all excited about going and hiring a virtual assistant. They either go to onlinejobsph.com or some Riva group in a Facebook area, and they hire their very first virtual assistant. It doesn't work out for them. And so here's some of the things that they don't do that I do that has really helped out. But one of the things is they don't require the virtual assistant to send in a video sample of them reading the script. So they make a job post looking for virtual assistants to help them with their unclaimed funds business, and they don't even know if that person has experience. And having somebody send you a video of them even just talking into a microphone, reciting the script, that will be a good way for you to determine if they really do have the experience or just how they sound on the phone. So that's something that I do that a lot of people don't. Another thing is they don't perform multiple interviews. I probably have 3 interviews over a week and a half with people, and most of them are conducted over a video chat. I don't require a video chat for my employees to use while they're making their phone calls, but I want to at least see them. I want to see what they look like. I want to see the background of where they're working at. And I think that I can get to know them a little bit better and then just gauge their personality. It just helps me make a better decision. I like having multiple interviews with these virtual assistants before I hire them, so I don't have to fire them as quickly. Okay. Another thing is the VA doesn't show you pictures of their workstation. Okay. I want to see, myself personally, the area that they're going to be making phone calls from, because some of these guys, you guys, it's not all black and white. Dude, some of these virtual assistants you will hire, they will have like a iPad and then a like some buds plugged into it. And I'm like, hold on, I'm paying you and that's what your setup's for? Like, I at least want you to have just a basic desktop computer, a headset, a wired in internet, just little things like that. So when they show me pictures of the area that they're going to be working from, that helps out a lot. Another thing is they don't have proof of an internet speed. I at least want all my virtual assistants to have a minimum hardwired internet speed of 5 MB or better. Yeah, the reason behind that is if you're going to be using auto dialers in some of these tech platforms, you're going to want to have a good internet connection so there isn't any disruption in dropped calls or just choppy I don't know how, maybe I'm not thinking of the right word right now, just like a buzz sound on the phone, just a lot more clarity. When you have a higher internet speed, you have a lot more clarity when you are talking to people through VoIP numbers and over these rented digital numbers. And so that's another thing. And then another thing too, you guys, is they don't require the VA to take any personality tests. On my interviews, on my job post, I have 4 different hoops I want them to jump through right out of the gate. And if they follow those instructions and I get their response and they have all those things included, it really makes them just kind of rise to the top out of all the other applicants that are in the pool of people I might choose from. There's a lot of free places online you can go to just get like links to put in your job post, like 16 Personalities. I think Hexaco is another one. Myers-Briggs. There's a few other ones. If you guys want the exact job posting script that I use, or not script, template that I use, if you DM me on Instagram, I'll probably just send it to you so you can use it. But regardless, you guys, I've added personality tests to all of my job descriptions because I want to know the type of people that I'm dealing with. Some people are easy to work with based on their personality type, and some people aren't. And so I want to have all that information in front of me while I'm making my decision. Okay. Number 2, firing people too quickly or not even having enough personal sales experience. Okay. A lot of people out there that are making cold calls that are in the sales profession, they don't even know their KPIs. It's like shooting freaking shots out in the freaking sky. If you don't know your own numbers, how could you even have a baseline to where you could judge somebody else's performance off of it? If you don't know the system, how could you train somebody else to do the exact same thing? Because a lot of these virtual assistants stuff, so listen to other videos, they're going to look up to you to train them when they have a problem. They're going to expect you to be able to resolve it for them. And if you don't know what you're doing, you can't train somebody else to do the exact same thing. So they don't know their KPIs. They don't know their virtual assistants' KPIs. Okay. Another thing is they don't use any tracking software to manage their VAs or their work time, just like Clockify or TimeWise, Time Doctor. There's a lot of other free ones I talked about in the last slide above. But another thing is they don't have any sort of weekly performance call with a virtual assistant. I don't do that anymore. I have another virtual assistant that does that for me. But pretty much once a week, we go over all of the data, all the KPIs that virtual assistant has produced for us. How many phone calls they've made, how many people they talked to, how long the average phone call was, so on and so forth. So we can accurately critique kind of their performance and kind of where they're at. So we can make a better evaluation if we want to keep them around long term. But nonetheless, also having weekly performance reviews gives you another chance, an opportunity to train them too. And virtual assistants, they're going to need a lot of training. Even the ones that are experienced, it's going to take them a while. It's going to take you a while to indoctor them into your system, the way that you like doing things. And so it seems like a lot of people, they get a virtual assistant, the person makes phone calls for them for a week or two, and then they fire him. They're like, the guy didn't do anything. I was like, well, I mean, how many touch points does it usually take before somebody converts? You didn't even get to the second or the third touch point with that person. How could you ever expect that virtual assistant to produce something or produce any significant results for you if you don't know their numbers or don't have any baseline to track them around? So that's another thing. Third thing, you guys, is no employee training or management systems in place. Okay. A lot of these guys, they don't have an employee roadmap in place. Now, I implemented an employee roadmap back in the fall. It's really given my company just a professional feel. When you're an employee and you're working for somebody else, you want to have something to look forward to, something to work towards. All the day jobs you guys have probably had where you were just assigned to do a certain task. You just showed up and you didn't probably know exactly what was in the future for you. And maybe that was the reason why you didn't even like the job, because you didn't even know where you stood, and so you want to be able to have something in place for these guys to where you can say, hey, look, after the 10th account, I'm going to raise your pay by 50 cents. Hey, once you hit this production minimum, you're going to get this, or this, whatever it might be or what you feel is right. But having something to spiff people out in an employee roadmap is really, really helpful. Another thing, like I said before, they don't use any tracking software, with screenshots. And so they don't know if their virtual assistant is checking Facebook or Instagram or really making the phone calls like they should. Another thing is they don't have a VA work agreement. When you go work for any Fortune 500 company, you guys, there's a work agreement that you're going to have in place with the people that say, hey, look, I'm going to pay you X and you are expected to do X. If you want to have a Fortune 500 company, you guys start running your business like a Fortune 500 company. And then another thing is they don't have any weekly training or daily training. You're gonna have to start training these virtual assistants, to be able to perform exactly the way that you want and the system that you've created for your business. And another thing is a VA spiff system in place. Like the other day, for instance, I have a really nice virtual assistant, and she's in the Philippines, and they have electricity problems. And what that means for them is that when it's really hot and humid, they have to turn off all the other appliances in their home in order to be able to run certain things, because there's only a certain amount of energy per residence, the way I understand it, that they can use every single day. And so if they want to keep their house cool, they have to turn off all the other lights just to run their AC. So I spiffed out one of my VAs with a AC system so they could be comfortable when they were making their phone calls for me, and just doing cool little things like that. But you guys, I could probably make this whole entire presentation 2 or 3 times longer, but I know that you guys are busy and you guys probably don't want to listen to that. These are the top 3 things. They will help you out tremendously. But you guys, if you haven't already gone and gotten the calling script, there's a link in the description. Go and put your information down in there. It'll send you an email automatically with a download link. So if you